Similarly to how the Nintendo 3DS end days were filled with mostly ports from Nintendo's back catalogue, it's looking more and more like the end of the Switch era will also have plenty of upscaled remasters. And I think there's a ton of games stuck on the 3DS that deserve a second chance. The 3DS's library was incredible, full of fan-loved series such as Pokemon and critically acclaimed games, including Zelda. As much as I'd love for more of those games on Switch, neither appear on my list. So here we go. This is Metroid Samus Returns. I'd say a lot of people have heard of it, but very few people have played it. According to VGC charts, it may have sold under 500,000 copies, which is wild for a game of this caliber. Based on the original Game Boy release of Metroid 2, the remake is completely unrecognizable. Samus Returns has you hunting down the ever-mutating Metroids throughout the maze that is SR388, in an attempt to rid the universe of this parasite forever. Unfortunately, it was released half a year after the Switch launch, but it does have incredible feeling controls and stunning graphics for a 3DS. If ported to the Switch, I'm sure a brand new audience will be waiting. I love this game. Well, at least the Wii U version. I haven't played the 3DS release, and yes, it's not the most difficult game in the world, but that's not really the point. This game will just make you feel nice. The bright but slightly muted colours of the wool give the game a warmth not displayed anywhere else. Except maybe Kirby's Epic Yarn. It's just comfy. Grab a friend and start looking for collectibles. I should also mention, just look at how many different Yoshi designs there are. Every single person I've seen talk about this game, and I'll admit, really isn't many, but they all mention that the developer Rezo is the same team behind all the fantastic Zelda ports and remakes across both Switch and 3DS, and when given a chance to create a brand new game of their own, barely anyone bought it, mostly down to the fact that it released after the Switch launched. I have seen it described as Legend of Zelda meets Animal Crossing, and I suppose it is. Puzzle-filled dungeons and a cute NPC-filled village to build up. Of course people make these comparisons, and I'd love to see it get a second chance on new hardware. Have you ever wanted to pair your friends or family up with celebrities, or anyone your imagination can produce? Well, maybe you should give Tomodachi Life a chance. The world that Nintendo has created here is just absolutely absurd. But it's incredible, and as a side note, Nintendo has suggested in the past, for future Tomodachi games, they will feature more inclusive relationships, so maybe a Switch release will allow for that. So, this is a Kirby game. On the surface, most Kirby games seem very similar, and while Kirby Planet Robobot has your series staples, like little pink guy, 2D side-scrolling gameplay, and super colourful landscapes, you get a mech suit in this game. And because of that, it's obviously the best one. Not that I've played it, it's on the list though. I own it, and it's sitting on the shelf waiting. But if a Switch port is a possibility, then maybe I should wait? Of course Kid Icarus made it onto the list. Releasing all the way back in the year 2012, Kid Icarus has been simultaneously demonstrating how to make an incredible game while also demonstrating how not to program controls, and it really isn't the fault of the game. The 3DS just doesn't have a second analog stick. This doesn't count. But the Switch, now there's a controlled stick. Wow. The voice acting is an incredible extra on top of an already stellar game. And that's that. The 3DS library is crammed full of amazing games that deserve a second chance on Switch. Maybe with just a few tweaks and upgrades, they could find a whole new generation of fans. Now, what 3DS games would you want to see ported to Switch? Let me know. See ya.